Hello everyone, I am Gurman and today I'll be talking about the project Libre features regarding types of resources, defining the resource sheet, and further how to allocate these resources to a project at hand. In order to understand how to define resources, first we'll need to create a resource sheet. For that we'll go to resources and then over here under again resources. Now we have the resource sheet. Let me just start by filling in some resources. So now I have filled in a few resources. Now we look at that the type of resources under all these is mentioned as work. Work is the default resource type for project Libre. Now, under work, there are further categorization of resource types, which can be labor, that is people who work for a certain project, whether it is skilled labor or unskilled labor, like Craig is a skilled labor or an unskilled labor at that matter. Now we have also the other aspect under work is equipment, that is things that can be used up or broken during the project, even replaced. However, the main thing to note over here is that these resources remain even after the project is completed. That is, they are not consumed, even they are utilized during the project, but not consumed up during the project. The other type of resource is material. Material resources basically are implied as consumable resources, which can be used up during or as a part of a project, like electrical wire, paint, etc. Now we look at the other aspects in the resource sheet, which comprise of a group, whether the resource falls under a certain group, like Craig falls under the engineering group, the electrical bias falls under the production group, etc. Now, the standard rate are the basic rates employed for a resource. So let that be 20 per hour, again 30 per hour, again 20 per hour, etc. Further, you can even you mention these resources as 200 per week, or even 2,000 per month. A month, sorry, 1,000 per month, and further on even in years. Well, for this resource, the resource sheet will be on R per rate per hour, so 20 per hour. As for the standard rate of a material resource is what it costs for the use, so that be electrical wires of $160 and paint for $95. Further, the overtime rate is to be specified in case the resources work overtime, as the name suggests. As per the BC rules, overtime rate is 1.5 times the standard rate, so that's 30 per hour, again 45 per hour, and 30 per hour again, and so on. The cost per use is usually implied for material resources as how much it is used and what it costs for that use. Further, it can be acquired at prorated, which is usually how it is done. Further, other options comprise of at the start or at the end, etc. Now we look at how to allocate these resources which we have created to the project at hand. First, we'll go to task, then back to the Gantt chart. Now, in order to assign these resources to each task, what we can do is go to a task, double click on it, and you see this pop up where you go on resources, which we are not, and again assign resources. Now you have the types of resources, which we will assign. So let that be Craig is an engineer, as we learned before, and we'll assign him to R&D. And that now designing, again Craig. As for procurement, we can assign Daniel. Here we go. Now, as for production, electrical wiring, and manufacturing, we can assign Sean. And you, while holding control, you can even assign the material resources as well, as you'll need electrical wire for wiring. So both of these resources are assigned to it. Now, as for manufacturing, again, Sean and paint assigned. Now designing the package, Daniel assigned. As for manufacturing the package, again, Sean assigned. And again, Daniel assigned. As for the shipping, Craig can help with that. Now we have assigned all the resources to all the tasks, and we just cancel this. Now you can see from here that all the resources are assigned to a certain task, which is also displayed on the calendar sheet. Now further, we look at what these resources or tasks cost us. So in order to determine that, we go on task, which we are at, then task usage. Now we have the total overview of what a resource costs us, what a resource costs us, what a task it performs. And like, for example, the planning aspect costs us $1,600, production costs us just over $1,500, packaging will cost us at $1,200, and delivery at $640. In order to view or determine the overall cost of the project, you can go to view, which is up here. Then again, we go to reports, which is, I beg your pardon, over here. And now, and project details, which we are at. Now you see the total costs and for the project, which is resources over here, as the total project cost as $4,975. The total hours worked is 216 hours. The duration is 27 days, and now we have the dates as well. That's it for today. Thank you.